Have you ever looked at how some African tribes, the food they eat, and their environment, and thought, there's no way they stay healthy? The wild herbs, unusual diets, and what seems like a lack of modern hygiene might make us cringe or shake our heads. Yet despite all of that, these tribes seem to rarely fall sick. They don't rely on pills, fancy medicines or hospitals, but still manage to live long, healthy lives. So, here are the 20 ways tribes don't get sick without medicine. 1. Herbal remedies. For countless generations, tribes across the world have mastered an extraordinary connection with nature's pharmacy, developing a profound understanding that prevents illness before it takes root. These communities don't simply wait for sickness to strike. They maintain daily rituals of consuming specific herbs and plants that strengthen their immune systems. The medicine men and women of these tribes have perfected the art of blending different plants, knowing exactly which combinations work best to keep their people healthy. They understand that prevention is better than cure, and their deep knowledge of herbal remedies helps them maintain robust health without relying on modern medicine. This knowledge isn't just about knowing which plants to use. It's about understanding the perfect time to harvest them, the exact ways to prepare them, and how to preserve their healing properties. Every morning and evening, many tribal members consume special herbal teas and tonics that boost their immunity and keep diseases at bay. These aren't random concoctions, but carefully selected blends that have been proven effective over thousands of years. The tribes have noticed that people who regularly consume these preventive herbs rarely fall ill, and when they do, their bodies recover much faster. The power of these herbal remedies lies in their natural synergy with the human body. Unlike modern medicines that often come with side effects, these traditional herbs work in harmony with the body's natural healing processes. Tribes have observed that children who grow up consuming these herbs develop stronger immune systems and show remarkable resistance to common illnesses. The elders of these communities often live well into their advanced years without experiencing the chronic health issues that plague modern society. Second, traditional diets. The secret to tribal health lies not just in what they eat, but in how they eat and when they eat. Their diets are perfectly synchronized with their body's natural rhythms and the changing seasons. These communities have developed an instinctive understanding of how different foods affect their health, and they have created dietary patterns that naturally prevent illness. Their meals are not just about filling their stomachs, they are about nourishing their bodies with exactly what they need to maintain optimal health. These traditional diets are incredibly diverse, often including hundreds of different plant species throughout the year. This variety ensures that their bodies receive all the necessary nutrients to maintain strong immunity. What's even more fascinating is how they combine different foods to maximize their nutritional benefits. They have discovered that certain food combinations enhance the body's ability to absorb nutrients, while others help detoxify the system. This knowledge has been passed down through generations, refined through careful observation of how different dietary practices affect health. The timing of their meals also plays a crucial role in preventing illness. Many tribes eat according to natural cycles, consuming different foods during different seasons and at specific times of the day. They have noticed that this natural timing helps their bodies maintain balance and prevents the development of diseases. Their food is always fresh, gathered or hunted just before consumption, ensuring maximum nutritional value. The absence of processed foods and artificial preservatives in their diet means their bodies don't have to deal with the toxic load that often compromises immunity in modern societies. 3. Fasting and body cleansing. The tribal approach to fasting goes far beyond simply abstaining from food. It's a sophisticated system of body cleansing that helps prevent illness. These communities have observed that regular fasting periods allow their bodies to reset and strengthen their natural defense mechanisms. During these fasting periods, which are carefully timed according to natural cycles, their bodies undergo a deep cleansing process that eliminates toxins and strengthens their immune systems. What makes their fasting practices particularly effective is the way they combine them with specific herbal preparations that support the body's natural cleansing processes. They have noticed that people who follow these fasting protocols rarely get sick, and when they do, their bodies recover much more quickly. The fasting periods are not random. They are precisely timed to coincide with natural cycles and seasons when the body's cleansing abilities are at their peak. The mental clarity and physical vitality that comes from these fasting practices helps them maintain high levels of health. They have observed that regular fasting not only prevents physical illness, but also helps maintain emotional and mental balance. The entire community often fasts together, creating a supportive environment that makes the practice more effective and sustainable. This collective approach to health maintenance through fasting has proven remarkably effective in preventing illness. 4. Natural cleansing. The Shona people of Zimbabwe have developed intricate cleansing rituals that have kept their communities healthy for generations. Their approach involves not just occasional detoxification, but daily practices that prevent toxins from building up in the first place. Every morning before the sun rises, many Shona families prepare special herbal infusions using a combination of local plants like muzes, which is bitter leaf, and gavakava. Aloe vera. These morning cleansing rituals are believed to be most effective when the body is in its natural detoxifying state, and the Shona have observed that people who maintain these practices rarely experience serious illnesses. The Xhosa people of South Africa have their own unique approach to natural cleansing, using a combination of indigenous herbs and roots that they have found particularly effective at maintaining health. Their healers have mastered the art of preparing complex herbal mixtures that cleanse not just the physical body, but what they consider the energetic system as well. These preparations often include plants like African wormwood and aloe ferox, which are carefully harvested at specific times to maximize their cleansing properties. The wisdom of these cleansing practices extends beyond just consuming herbs. It's about maintaining a constant state of internal purity. The Yoruba people of Nigeria, for instance, have developed a sophisticated understanding of how different organs need different types of cleansing. They use specific herbs for liver cleansing, others for kidney health, and yet others for blood purification. This targeted approach ensures that all body systems remain in optimal condition, preventing the accumulation of toxins that could lead to illness. 5. Essential oils. The Daigo people of Kenya and Tanzania have refined the art of essential oil extraction and application over countless generations. Their knowledge goes beyond simply knowing which plants contain beneficial oils. They understand the precise timing of when to harvest different plants to maximize their healing properties. The Digo have observed that plants harvested during different moon phases produce oils with varying potencies, and they have developed elaborate systems to track these natural cycles. Their method of oil extraction is equally sophisticated, involving careful preparation techniques that preserve the vital essence of the plants. For example, when extracting oil from the sacred Mankunde tree, they follow a specific protocol that includes harvesting only from mature trees during early morning hours, processing the bark in a particular way, and storing the resulting oil in special clay containers that maintain its potency. The Digo have noticed that people who regularly use these oils in specific ways, through inhalation, topical application, and sometimes even internal consumption, maintain remarkably robust health. The mastery of essential oil use among African tribes extends to understanding complex combinations. The Hadzabe people of Tanzania, for instance, never use single oils in isolation. They have developed intricate blending practices that create powerful synergistic effects. They have observed that certain oil combinations are particularly effective at preventing respiratory infections, while others seem to strengthen the body's natural defense systems against various types of illness. 6. Sauna or steaming. The Maasai's traditional sweating practices represent one of the most sophisticated natural healing systems in East Africa. Their steam baths, often created using specific aromatic herbs and heated stones, do more than just induce sweating. They create a controlled environment that optimizes the body's natural detoxification processes. The Maasai have noticed that regular participation in these steam sessions, particularly during seasonal changes, helps their people maintain robust health even during challenging weather transitions. The Sukuma people of Tanzania have developed their own unique approach to therapeutic sweating, using specially constructed steam huts where different herbs are added to the steam based on the specific needs of the community. During times when respiratory illnesses are common, they add powerful aromatic plants like eucalyptus and mint to the steam. The entire process is carefully timed and monitored by experienced healers who understand exactly how long each session should last for maximum benefit. These steaming practices are often combined with specific breathing techniques that the tribes have found enhance their effectiveness. The Kikuyu people of Kenya, for example, incorporate rhythmic breathing patterns during their steam sessions, which they have observed helps distribute the healing properties of the herbs throughout the body more effectively. They have noticed that people who regularly participate in these sessions not only resist illness better, but also recover more quickly when they do get sick. 7. Hygiene practices. The Ndebele people's approach to hygiene goes far beyond simple cleanliness. It's a comprehensive system that includes both physical and spiritual purification. Their homes are kept immaculate using natural cleaning agents like ash from specific trees and herbs that have natural antimicrobial properties. They have developed sophisticated systems for maintaining clean water sources using natural filtration methods involving layers of sand, charcoal, and specific plants that purify water without destroying its natural vitality. The Zulu people have maintained similar stringent hygiene practices for generations, with particular emphasis on personal cleanliness. They use specific plants like soapbush for washing, which they have found not only cleanses, but also strengthens the skin's natural protective barriers. Their communities have noticed that this natural approach to hygiene helps prevent skin infections and other illnesses that often result from harsh chemical cleaners. The Dogon people of Mali have developed particularly interesting hygiene practices around food preparation and storage. They use specific types of clay pots and wooden containers that they have observed help prevent food spoilage, and they maintain strict protocols about how different types of food should be handled and stored. These practices extend to their water storage systems, where they use special clay pots infused with antibacterial herbs to keep water pure and fresh. 8. Bitter foods. The use of bitter foods among African tribes represents some of the most sophisticated nutritional wisdom on the planet. The Ashanti people of Ghana, for example, have developed an intricate understanding of how bitter foods support the body's natural defense systems. They incorporate specific bitter herbs and vegetables into their daily diet in carefully measured amounts, having observed that this practice helps maintain robust health throughout the year. The Fulani people, known for their pastoral lifestyle, have combined their knowledge of bitter plants with their dairy-based diet to create powerful health-promoting food combinations. They have noticed that consuming bitter herbs like moringa, along with fermented milk products, creates a synergistic effect that seems to enhance the body's resistance to illness. Their traditional knowledge includes specific preparations of moringa that maximize its beneficial properties, from the timing of harvest to the method of preparation. Among the Bambara people of Mali, bitter foods are seen as essential medicines that prevent the need for stronger remedies. They have developed sophisticated ways of preparing bitter foods that make them more palatable while preserving their medicinal properties. Their healers have observed that regular consumption of bitter foods, like wild lettuce and certain tree barks, helps maintain strong digestive systems and robust immunity, effectively preventing many common illnesses before they can take hold. 9. Preventative care. The Yoruba people of Nigeria have developed one of the most comprehensive preventative healthcare systems in Africa, rooted in ancient wisdom that has kept their communities healthy for generations. Their approach isn't reactive. It's a daily commitment to practices that stop illness before it can take root. Every morning, before the sun rises, Yoruba families engage in specific rituals that they have observed help maintain robust health. These aren't simple superstitions, but rather complex practices developed through centuries of careful observation about what keeps people healthy. The preventative practices of the Yoruba extend far beyond physical health measures. They have noticed that communities who maintain these preventative rituals experience significantly fewer illnesses than those who don't. Their healers have developed sophisticated systems for identifying early signs of imbalance, often intervening weeks or months before physical symptoms would typically appear. This might involve the use of specific protective herbs worn in small pouches around the neck, or regular cleansing rituals that use specific combinations of plants they have found particularly effective at maintaining health. The Dogon people of Mali have their own unique approach to preventative care, involving intricate daily practices that vary with the seasons and lunar cycles. They have observed that different times of year require different preventative measures, and they've developed complex calendars that tell them exactly which practices to emphasize during different periods. For example, during transition seasons, they increase their use of certain protective herbs and adjust their daily routines to maintain optimal health. 10. Spiritual wellness. The Zulu people's approach to spiritual wellness represents one of the most sophisticated systems for maintaining health through spiritual balance. Their understanding goes beyond simple meditation or prayer. It's a comprehensive approach that integrates physical, emotional, and spiritual practices. They have observed that people who maintain strong spiritual practices rarely fall ill, and when they do, their recovery is notably faster than those who don't engage in these practices. The spiritual wellness practices of the Zulu aren't just occasional ceremonies, they're daily rituals that maintain constant harmony between the physical and spiritual realms. Their morning practices often involve specific dances that they have found help align the body's energy systems. These dances aren't random movements, but carefully choreographed sequences that they have observed have specific effects on health and well-being. The communities have noticed that regular participation in these dances helps prevent both physical and mental illness. The Maasai people of Kenya and Tanzania have developed their own unique approach to spiritual wellness, involving regular community gatherings that they have found essential for maintaining health. These aren't simple social events. They are carefully structured practices that include specific songs, movements, and breathing patterns that they have observed help maintain robust health. The elders have noticed that communities who maintain these regular spiritual practices experience fewer illnesses and recover more quickly when they do get sick. 11th, sun exposure. African tribes have mastered the art of beneficial sun exposure through generations of careful observation. The Himba people of Namibia, for example, have developed sophisticated practices around sun exposure that go far beyond simply spending time outdoors. They have noticed that specific times of day offer the most beneficial sun exposure, and they have structured their daily activities to take advantage of these optimal times. Their understanding includes knowing exactly how much sun exposure different individuals need based on their age, health status, and the season. They have observed that morning sun has different properties than afternoon sun, and they adjust their activities accordingly. The Himba have also developed specific body applications using red ochre and natural oils that they have found help optimize the benefits of sun exposure while protecting against its harmful effects. The San people of the Kalahari have their own unique approach to beneficial sun exposure, involving careful timing and specific body positions that they have found maximize the health benefits while minimizing any risks. They have noticed that people who follow these sun exposure practices maintain stronger bones, better immune systems, and overall better health than those who don't. Their knowledge includes understanding how different types of movement in the sun affect the body differently. 12th, use of probiotics. The Youth people's mastery of fermentation represents one of the most sophisticated probiotic systems in the world. Their traditional fermented porridge isn't just food, it's a carefully crafted probiotic powerhouse that they have perfected over countless generations. The process involves specific grains, fermented in particular types of containers, for precise periods that they have found optimize the beneficial bacterial content. What makes their approach particularly effective is the timing of when different fermented foods are consumed. They have noticed that certain fermented foods are more beneficial during different seasons or life stages. Their knowledge includes understanding how different combinations of fermented foods work together to maintain optimal gut health. The communities have observed that people who regularly consume these traditional fermented foods rarely experience digestive issues or related illnesses. The Fulani people have developed their own sophisticated approach to probiotics through their mastery of fermented dairy products. Their techniques involve specific timing, temperature control, and the use of particular containers that they have found optimize the probiotic benefits. They have noticed that children raised on these traditional fermented foods develop stronger immune systems and experience fewer illnesses throughout their lives. 13. Herbal inhalants. The Khoisan people of southern Africa have developed one of the most sophisticated systems of herbal inhalation therapy in the world. Their knowledge isn't just about which herbs to use, it's about understanding the precise timing of when to harvest different plants, how to prepare them, and the exact methods of inhalation that they've found most effective. They discovered that regular use of these inhalation practices helps prevent respiratory issues before they can develop. Their techniques involve more than simple steam inhalation. They have developed complex methods of preparing herbs that include specific drying techniques, combining different plants in precise ratios, and understanding how different weather conditions affect the potency of the herbs. The healers have noticed that communities who maintain regular use of these inhalant practices experience significantly fewer respiratory illnesses. The Luo people of Kenya have their own unique approach to herbal inhalants, using a combination of aromatic plants that they have found particularly effective at maintaining respiratory health. Their knowledge includes understanding how different combinations of herbs work together to create more powerful effects than single herbs used alone. They have developed specific breathing techniques that they have observed help distribute the healing properties of the herbs more effectively throughout the respiratory system. 14th, animal products for healing. The Maasai people of East Africa have kept their communities healthy through their deep understanding of animal-based medicines. Every morning, families collect fresh cow urine, which they have found helps prevent and treat various infections. They have noticed that people who regularly use these animal-based remedies rarely get sick, and when they do, they recover much faster than others. Their healers know exactly which animals provide the most potent healing properties and the best times to collect these natural medicines. The use of honey among African tribes shows an even deeper level of healing wisdom. The Hadza people of Tanzania are master honey collectors, knowing exactly which bees produce the most powerful medicinal honey. They have found that different types of honey have different healing properties. Some work better for wounds, others for internal infections. What's amazing is that they can tell just by looking at the colour and consistency of honey what it will be best for treating. These tribes don't just randomly use animal products, they have developed precise systems over thousands of years. For example, the Fulani people combine honey with specific herbs to make it even more powerful. They have noticed that when they combine certain animal products in specific ways, the healing effects are much stronger than using them alone. Their knowledge includes understanding exactly how much to use, when to use it, and how to prepare it for the best results. 15. Water therapy. The Berber people living in the Atlas Mountains have mastered the art of healing with water. They have found specific springs and rivers that seem to keep people especially healthy. Each morning, community members visit these special water sources, following precise bathing rituals that they have observed help prevent illness. These water practices aren't just about getting clean. They involve specific movements and breathing patterns while in the water. The Berber have found that bathing at certain times of day brings better results. They especially value the early morning waters, which they have observed have special healing properties. Different water sources are used for different purposes, some for skin problems, others for internal healing through drinking. The timing and temperature of water therapy are crucial in their practice. During different seasons, they adjust how they use the water. In winter, they use warmer springs, while in summer, they prefer cool river baths. 16. Massage and bodywork. The Bemba people have developed massage techniques that keep their communities healthy without modern medicine. Their approach to massage isn't just about relaxation, it's a complete system of health maintenance. Every family knows specific massage techniques that they use daily, especially on children and elders. This has become a normal routine since they notice that regular massage helps prevent many common health problems before they start. Their massage techniques are carefully passed down through generations, with each movement having a specific purpose. They use different pressures and movements for different conditions, and they have observed that regular massage helps keep people's energy flowing properly. What's interesting is how they combine massage with specific oils and herbs to make it even more effective. The timing of the massage is also important in their tradition. They have been able to figure out that certain types of massage work better at different times of day or during different seasons. Morning massages often focus on awakening the body's energy, while evening massages help prepare for restful sleep. 17. Herbal smoking. The Xhosa people have refined the practice of therapeutic herbal smoking over many generations. They don't smoke randomly. They use specific herbs at specific times for specific purposes. Their healers know exactly which herbs to blend for different conditions, and they have observed that these smoking practices help keep respiratory systems healthy when done correctly. The timing and method of smoking these herbs are crucial. Early morning or evening are considered the best times, and they follow specific breathing patterns while smoking the herbs. They have found that different herbs work better during different seasons, and they adjust their blends accordingly. What's fascinating is how they combine different herbs to create more powerful effects. These smoking practices aren't done alone. They're often part of larger healing ceremonies that include specific movements and breathing exercises. The Xhosa have noticed that people who regularly participate in these ceremonies tend to have stronger lungs and fewer respiratory problems. They are careful about which herbs to use and how often to use them, having developed precise guidelines through generations of observation. 18th, local seaweed and algae consumption. The Fang people living near the coast have developed an impressive understanding of marine plants' healing properties. They know exactly when to harvest different types of seaweed and algae for the best nutritional value. Their knowledge includes understanding how to prepare these marine plants for maximum benefit. Different seaweeds are prepared in different ways. Some are eaten raw, others are dried or fermented. They have found that combining certain types of seaweed with specific foods makes their healing properties even stronger. The community has observed that children who grow up eating these marine plants develop stronger immune systems. The timing of seaweed collection and consumption follows natural cycles. They know exactly which tides bring the best seaweed and which seasons offer the most nutritious varieties. Their preparation methods are precise. Some seaweeds need to be soaked in specific ways, others need to be dried in the sun for exact periods. 19th, movement and natural living. The way tribes move and live in harmony with nature plays a crucial role in their ability to maintain health without modern medicine. Their daily activities involve natural movements that keep their bodies strong and flexible, preventing the physical deterioration that often leads to illness in modern societies. They don't need gyms or exercise programs because their lifestyle naturally incorporates all the movement patterns the human body needs to stay healthy. This natural way of living extends to their sleep patterns, which follow the natural rhythms of day and night. They have noticed that people who maintain these natural rhythms rarely get sick. Their bodies are constantly in motion, but not in the stressful way that modern exercise often is. Instead, their movements are fluid, natural, and perfectly adapted to human biology. They spend most of their time outdoors, exposing their bodies to natural elements that strengthen their immune systems. The physical activity in tribal life isn't just about movement, it's about maintaining a deep connection with the natural world. They have observed that this connection plays a crucial role in preventing illness. Whether they're hunting, gathering, or performing daily tasks, their bodies are engaged in ways that promote health and prevent disease. The absence of artificial environments and the constant exposure to nature's elements helps their bodies maintain robust health. 20. Community and emotional well-being. Perhaps one of the most overlooked aspects of tribal health is the role of community and emotional well-being in preventing illness. These societies have developed strong social bonds and support systems that naturally prevent the kind of stress and emotional turmoil that often leads to illness in modern society. They have noticed that people who maintain strong community connections and emotional balance rarely get sick. The tribal approach to emotional health is deeply integrated into daily life. They have regular ceremonies, celebrations, and community gatherings that help maintain emotional balance and prevent the kind of psychological stress that can compromise immunity. Their children grow up in a nurturing environment where emotional expression is natural and supported, leading to stronger immune systems and better overall health. The wisdom of these communities shows that emotional well-being isn't separate from physical health. They are deeply interconnected. Their social structures naturally support emotional healing and prevent the kind of chronic stress that often leads to illness in modern society. Through dance, music, storytelling, and other communal activities, they maintain high levels of emotional health that directly contributes to their physical well-being. If you found these fascinating ways African tribes stay healthy without medicine intriguing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more unique and amazing insights from around the world.